Like most kids my age who grew up in like the late 2000s, I was a huge fan of iCarly. And probably, besides Spencer, of course, because everybody loves Spencer, my favorite character on that show is Sam, who was played by Jennette McCurdy. And, iCarly was always really special to me because that was probably the first show I watched where I would like actively wait for new episodes to come out. I've been a fan of Jennette McCurdy's for a long time. And, I, like most of America, had no idea of this tragic life she had behind the scenes. Because all we saw was, her being funny. So, I've been listening to a podcast for like, whenever that was on, and now her book came out. Of course, I was one of the first people to read it. Though I had to borrow it from my cousin, because I was tired of holding it at the library. Anyway, the stuff this woman went through, it's like it's shocking to me how she's still mentally fit at this point. Like I can't believe it. All the struggles she went through, her relationship with her very toxic mother, whom the book is named after, her really uncomfortable experiences at Nickelodeon, her eating disorders, her like all of this stuff. You really get the feel for her, and the way she writes the book is very detailed and concise. But what I wasn't expecting was for it to be funny. I wasn't expecting it to be like for her to kind of make light of it in a way, making light of the sadness. So that way, I wasn't like depressed the entire time reading it. And she's really good at that. Well, like, you know, not being too funny about it, well, it's a little bit offensive, but like, just funny enough to relieve the tension. I really, I really was not expecting that, and that's probably what I like about the book the most. It's heartbreaking, but kind of funny at the same time. And I think kind of like one of the main points of the story is how, you know, how you're raised is really important. I was raised by really good parents, as with like most of my family, but I have new people who were raised by not the best parents, and they kind of went through some tough times as like a side effect of that. And probably one of the most inspiring things is how Jeanette kind of tries to overcome this. She goes to therapy, she does all this stuff to try to fix her eating disorder. It's really it's inspiring. I mean, I don't have an eating disorder, but if people do, then I think it would be kind of like Jeanette would be kind of a good role model. I think it's also impressive that Jeanette like quit acting. Like the money was good, and she all had all the qualities of like a rising star, but she knew that she had to do what's best for her mental health, and I think that's really nice too. Like I don't know, she was just a really good actress, so everybody thought like, oh, can keep doing that, but it just really drained her mentally. She never wanted to be an actress. She just did it to please her mom, and she really goes through that really well in the book. I also like how she admits to her faults as a person, like how she was jealous of Ariana Grande and didn't like her. Though, to be honest, that wasn't exactly Ariana's fault. It's not like Ariana was mean to her. But I think that's really big of Jeanette to admit how she kind of was jealous and didn't like her, really for no good reason. I think that's big of her. And in those last 50 pages, you get like thrown through this huge big plot twists. Like I'm reading a Song of Ice and Fire again. It's like, oh holy shit, the dad's not her real dad. Oh my god, her boyfriend thinks he's Jesus Christ. Like, it's crazy. Uh, it's kind of ramped it up towards the end. I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, all in all, I really enjoyed this book. And kind of, I think like she's mentioned in the book that she really feels more comfortable expressing herself as a writer and director than she does as an actress. So I really hope she does that, whatever makes her comfortable. But yeah, I thought it was very well written. The audiobook I listened to while I was reading, narrated by Jeanette herself. So I think she did a really good job there. I mean, obviously she's been, using her voice for a long time. So let me know what you guys thought of this book. Like at the moment, it's probably one of my favorite books I've read this year, and I read Lord of the Rings. So I don't know if that's biased or not, but yeah. Thank you everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.